Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play AP Nunu so you can carry games and won't get permabanned. As of recording this video, I am top 1 Nunu and I play him full AP, whereas the rest of the people on the leaderboard like to play him full tank, which is very cringe, but unfortunately very effective. Now I know some people will think I say he's OP jokingly, but genuinely he is very good. However, you do need to know how to play him. He is very different from your normal champion. You don't want to go in and stay in with Nunu. You want to play around your snowball, okay? Your abilities have quite a long cooldown, so if you go in and you don't get a kill, you just run away. You can heal up very easily with just one first ability on a jungle camp, and then go straight back into the fight with your second ability and roll a massive snowball. Okay, so let's talk about the first combo you want to do with Nunu, and this is the best one by far. It's if you can hit a second ability, a massive snowball into them, what you do is you go second ability into your third ability. Remember, you have to hold that down, and then at the end they will get rooted. Then you can use a first ability and then an ultimate. However, if you're in close range, don't try and roll a snowball at them. That is very, very important. You will look stupid. You will just roll the snowball and go so slowly. When you start rolling the snowball, you go slower than people walking, okay? So you will look like a clown because you will just end up letting them run away. So what you want to do is start with your third ability, which is the snowballs. You run at them, slow them down with the snowballs, and then root them, and then you can hit them with the snowball to knock them up at point blank range. And then again you can use the first ability and then the ult to finish them off. And the last but most important thing with Nunu is learning how to drift. Drifting is the most important thing to do because your second ability does so much damage. Late game, if you hit someone with it, they will instantly die. So I'll be giving you some tips and tricks on how to drift well, but at the end of the day, it does come down to practicing, and if you haven't got your driver's license yet, maybe Nunu is not for you. Okay, so for the clear, I like to start red side. I think it is faster to start blue side, but I like starting red side because Nunu is one of the champions where you can look for ganks early, just because that snowball is so, well, okay, I was going to say so easy to hit, but if you can hit it, it's a guaranteed kill, more or less. And the other great thing about Nunu is because his snowball allows him to roll so fast everywhere, you can sort of be a little bit more adventurous with your ganks, because if they don't work out so well, you can still easily go back and clear your jungle. Okay, so here you can see I started red buff, then I went and did my rocks. I'm really looking if I can gank this Rise mid lane, but you see if I can't, completely fine. We're not going to go bot lane, we just get the second ability and start rolling over to our wolves. I'm pretty sure this game doesn't go too well for my team. I unfortunately just wanted to play Nunu for a video, so oh wait, what is this guy doing here? Okay, yeah, we just wanted to come say hi. Average Hecarim behavior. I hate Rise. I always ban him or let him get first picked, but I was a little bit annoyed because I actually recorded a banger Nunu video just before this, but I wasn't recording, so that was fun. So I accidentally first picked Nunu and gave them Rise, so I wasn't feeling too good about this one, but you know, here we are. So you see I just finished clearing, nothing too interesting. I let the Hecarim get the top scuttle crab, but here we go, we start rolling, and you see we do the ghost for a little bit of that extra move speed, just run into them. The trick is don't try and steer too much, okay? And yeah, here I'm not gonna lie, the Hecarim is a little bit annoying because he's so fast, and I probably could have killed him, but you know, I wanted to make it interesting, and then he heals up and ults away, so it's annoying. But anyways, drifting tip number 1. It gets harder and harder to steer the faster you're going, right? So the later into the snowball, the harder it is to steer. So what does that mean? you have to try and make small adjustments early on, and then at the end you just want to try and go as fast as you can in a straight line. So you got to make sure you're aiming well at the beginning and then just go as fast as you can. That's the best. Don't try and adjust too much at the end, because you don't have the ability. You're not able to change as much as you would hope for. So here you see we just keep on clearing. We get our Rod of Ages first. So I'll also talk a little bit about the build now. I love going Rod of Ages first item because Nunu's first ability and his ultimate both scale with HP as well as AP, and Rod of Ages is just a great item in that regard. And also because of the Nunu playstyle, sometimes you're going to be rolling snowballs into 5 people, so it helps to have that little bit of extra HP just to make sure you don't get one tapped. So I see the Rise here, you know, doing Rise things, kind of destroying my team, or at least the Morgana. I do feel bad because he did want to pick Rise, but you know, whoopsies, what can you do? But you see here, this is the other thing. Even though Nunu has great ganks, if there's nothing happening, it's fine, just keep clearing. Your clear is not even that bad. But what I do tend to do is if my abilities are on cooldown or whatever. Oh wait, we're just going to roll into the Hecarim. Going to eat and see he used his CC already. So that's when we can go for the ult, but he does have his ultimate again. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to kill him. I could have ghosted and eaten him maybe, but nah, it's fine. We let him live. We let him live for now. We do see the Rise though, and unfortunately he sees us coming, so he ults out. I did see that, thought maybe I could go chase him, but you know, it's fine. Again, key thing, I only looked and sort of messed around looking for these ganks after I'd cleared most of my camps. Like my blue buff is still up, fine, but that was the main thing. Now here I'm looking to see if I can roll a snowball, and I thought the Darius would be 1 HP, but he had the plant, which is unfortunate. But again, I'm not losing too much. I still don't know why this Hecarim is trying to kill me. I don't really know what he expects is going to happen. But you see, I also know my limits. I'm not going to try fight him. I don't have ult. I don't do too much damage right now with the third ability. But the key thing, when you're not fighting and you have a first ability, just go eat a minion. That's literally all you need to do. And especially late game, the healing will be crazy. Often what I'll do is I'll go in with a second ability and use the third ability well maybe, and then I'll just run away. The snowball has maybe like a 10-second cooldown late game. We just run away, we eat a camp, and suddenly we're full HP again. And it really is so strong to do that. So, and also don't forget about using the first ability in fights as well. Not necessarily for damage, but if they don't have anti-heal, you will still heal back up to full HP just by using one chomp on the enemies. So the main thing I want you guys to think of the Q as is just healing, not necessarily the damage. The damage definitely comes from the second ability, third ability, and ult. And the first ability does do some damage, especially because you're going full AP, but not as anywhere nearly as much as the other abilities. Okay, so you see here, just clearing, not too much going on, and the first power spike is always going to be your Rod of Ages, and then the second thing I really like to get is the AP boots with the glorious enchant. The reason for that is you just want to run people over with snowballs, and the best way to do that is just to go so fast at them. Okay, there you can see I did a nice, well, it's what you do with every Nunu combo. You just roll a snowball at them, and as I said, you don't want to try and aim too much at, you don't want to try and change too much at the end. You want to try and aim and then go as straight as possible. There you see I was trying to do a little drift, but I was looking at the minimap, so sometimes I am able to drift without looking at the minimap, just kind of like hoping for the best. But obviously it's like driving while looking at your phone, you know, probably not recommended to do that. But here we look again, we see the Xayah, and see it is hard, like you can just like walk out the way sometimes, so sometimes you have to predict with the snowball, but it can be hard, especially because the drifting is difficult. So there it would have been much easier to hit her if I was going faster, right? So typically that's what I like to aim for. If you can have a fast snowball charging at them, they can't move out the way because the snowball is bigger and you're moving faster. But now we've got our glorious enchant. A nice thing I like to do is just roll down mid lane and then just hit someone, right? Often, especially in lower elos, people will just go down mid lane. They'll just walk down mid lane to push out the minions. So then what I like to do coming out of base is just roll down. Maybe I hit someone. If I don't see anyone, we can just go back and clear our camps. A lot of fighting, but again, you see, I don't want to fight there, right? Because where does my damage come from? A big snowball and my third ability and ult. I can't hit a very good second ability there, but we wait a little bit. We just let the Hecarim overchase, and once our useful abilities do come back up, then we can look to fight. But that is something I really do want to reiterate. You are going to do 0 damage with your auto attacks, so really don't even bother. Again, the reason we're looking for a gank here is because I have the opportunity to do so. Right? I'm so fast, and you see we forced Darius flash into the wall, and I do think we can kill him here if I had ult. The set goes for a nice flash ult there, but again, I have nothing, so what do? I run away a little bit, but it also gives them, the enemies, a little bit of a false sense of security, right? Because I know how much damage I'm going to do, and my ult comes back up, the set gets a nice grab to keep them there, and then we kill them, right? So the main reason that even worked out at all is because I went away for a little bit, right? If I just kept standing there, maybe the Darius would run away. So not only is it useful for you to run away so that your abilities can come off cooldown and you can maybe hit a snowball more easily, but you also increase your chance of getting kills and assists because they're less likely to run away, even though they definitely should be afraid of the Nunu. So here you can see it's not going too badly for me. The team is still losing, but and they do have a rise, which is always a big concern, but we're doing okay. A small thing that you'll notice there is I bought 3 magic books instead of just getting, oh, Water Drift, by the way, Water Drift straight to Desire. So that's just a classic example of, you know, I've got my driving license, I can do things like that, but you do actually have to practice. It's not too difficult, but obviously if you're trying to drive like that for the first time, it will be a bit of an issue. Nice ult there, and then we can just eat them up. Okay, so as I was saying about what I was buying, I bought 3 little books, each 500, instead of the one big rod, which is 1.5k, which is the same amount as 3 books. Because, and a lot of people I feel like don't know that, 3 books is actually gives you more ability power than 1 rod. I mean, it is a needlessly large rod just because it's completely useless, right? The only reason you buy it is because you need you need it for the item, but it's actually significantly worse than 3 books. The only reason I think it has less AP. Oh wait, let's see if we can get another. Okay, they flash, but it's fine. We just let them go. We let them use the CC. You see there, we just heal up off the minions when we're not fighting. We try hit them a little bit, and then now the CC is down, so we hold the ult, we get Desire, and are we going to get the Rakan? We use the Glorious, chase him down a little bit. You see there, we do the close range knockup with the W, because otherwise we're not even going to bother trying to hit him, okay? It's also much harder, as I said, because you're going so slowly, it's much harder to hit them early on. Unfortunately, we are losing our top inhib, which is annoying. It was a good play by the Rakan to stop us, but you know, I'm playing for the kills. I don't care too much about winning. But yeah, now we finally get our Rabadons, and this is a lot of damage now. See, we do a drift there. You got to avoid the pedestrians, the wolves. We don't want to hit them. We want to hit the Hecarim. We chase him down. Look at that damage. You see the end of the third ability? It really is a lot of damage, and people do not expect it, especially because it's AP Nunu. Normally they're used to, okay, maybe I'll get rooted or whatever, but you see there, the end of the third ability did maybe half their health. So the crazy thing with Nunu is you don't need to do a full combo to kill anyone necessarily. Sometimes just one ability is enough to kill them. So you see here, I'm just minding my business, doing the Baron. We get the Baron finally. And now I see the desire and I'm like, you know, I could base, but why? I have a great opportunity to come down mid. We hit the Rakan, but I come back on the rise because I'm like, got to be a little bit careful about that. It's fine. We look, but again, we didn't really lose too much. But you see, we didn't overcommit, right? Even though I did have ult and stuff, the whole point of AP Nunu is you want to go in, try get some damage. If you can't, get out and stay safe and wait for another snowball. It's not always about getting the most damage you can possible. It's about trying to get a kill and then stay safe yourself. Because if you die, then it's a bit of a problem. And this is on the new patch, by the way. I will talk a little bit, maybe make another video about it. It does feel a little bit worse to clear camps, I'm not gonna lie. And I do generally just feel like I have less money. Oh, but that's a big snowball right there. And then we hit the third ability, hold the ult down, get the rise. I could have maybe let go a little bit earlier to hit the Darius as well. But again, you see, I've just run away. Why? Because I have a snowball coming up. Then we can go hit. Again, the third ability is big damage. You see the fadeaway chomp, the crazy. I mean, my Nunu's got some crazy range with his mouth. But anyways, again, we run away a little bit just to come back. And this is some crazy drift, by the way. Through the tiny gap, round the corner, into the Xayah. And what can she do? What can she do? I've come off the side road, right? I haven't gone down the motorway. I've come off the side road, like literally through the tiniest gap with my massive snowball, round the corner, straight into her. Like, she can't do anything. And yeah, it's always fun when you do things like that because there's actually, if she doesn't have flash and she doesn't have ult, which she can't have all the time, right? Because I always throw snowballs at her. There's nothing she can do, and she's just there. She gets knocked up, like 80% of her HP gone in one snowball, and then I just finish her off with the mini snowballs. So yeah, it is great fun using this. And now is quite an important item for Nunu. I have lately been building it a bit later because I've been trusting myself more with the drifts to not get hit by CC. But getting crown means if someone, like if they had like a Morgana on the enemy team or something, I can't be getting rooted by that as easily because I have the crown to stop the first bit of CC. So it is a very nice pickup. Again, I'm just running away. Why? Because we're looking for the crazy angle. And see, I'm already thinking about where the fight is going to go. I feel like it's going to go into this lane, and that's where I can roll straight into the Hecarim, bonk, and then we just run into them with the E and then kill them all with the ult. It's crazy. Like, the move speed from the Glorious combined with the Nunu third ability with the small snowballs slowing them down, and then the root, I don't know, he just feels so fast, he does so much damage, and like genuinely, if they don't have like flash or anything up, or like any dashes up, there is very little counterplay. You will get one shot and you will die. But yeah, and look, the Nunu is even so strong, no minions, no teammates, just slapping the Nexus by himself, and he gets the job done. So I hope you guys like this one. I definitely enjoyed filming it. AP Nunu is always really fun to play. And yeah, I hope you guys can enjoy the AP Nunu too. Again, it does take some practice, so don't go running it down in your ranked games because you will probably get permabanned. But if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Look at that big damage, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.